See. Let me see. All right, fellas. How y'all feeling today, man?
What's up with it? What's good?
Nothing much. Cool, man. So we got some topics we definitely gonna discuss tonight. We have some boxing this weekend with the likes of Scofield, Zepeda. We had what's the guy that beat George Kambosos, guys?
Hughes.
Maxie Hughes. So we have Maxie Hughes, which is the one who fought George Kambosos, and then we also have Zepeda to talk about. Now that fight was very interesting with those two, as we had pretty much Zepeda working the body with that fight. We had Scofield had one of the most dirtiest fighters that I've seen inside of the game in a long time. So his face actually told the tale of what had transpired in that particular fight. But before we do that, guys, we're going to make sure we start off proper. My name is Asad. I am your host today, and I'm joined here with both of my co-hosts. Go ahead and introduce yourself, guys.
What's up, man? I'm Solo Gifted, a.k.a. Sean. Y'all can follow me on all platforms as Solo Gifted. Make sure y'all check out everything I got right now.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy 4K Zay.
Right. So, like I stated before, we did have some individuals that had seen this, but I want to react to this with you guys right now. Here we go. Yo, this had to be the most. This had to be the most cringiest.
Bro.
At first I thought somebody slowed this down. Look at Derek. Look at Derek. Derek's so disappointed.
He's like, yeah, we're
he's so pissed.
He's like, yeah, we're cooked.
Hey, wait. Did you see when Ryan looked at him? And look at this. You can see when Ryan looked that moment when Ryan looked at him. Look at this. And then he just got back. Like, what are we doing right now with Ryan, man? Like, is Ryan here in the game? Look at this. Look at no, folks. Don't put your hand over your head now. Look at Derek, man. Derek is in the room. Derek is in the room. Look at my main man. Look, he's so pissed right now. What's going on in Derek's head right now as a trainer?
He's like, I'm done. That was that. That's what they. I'm done, man. I just don't. I don't get it.
Like, what do you do at this point? It looks like Ryan hasn't been training seriously, right? Like, because if you train how you perform, what is this an indication of? I don't get what he's doing.
Go ahead. I think he's oh my God. Ryan could be. It could be just this, or he could just be playing this game where he's doing this either before and after his training session. I don't think that, like, a man of Derek James's stature would allow Ryan Garcia to completely just waste his time and things like that. Now, even after training or before training and seeing somebody behave this type of way in association with your name and your brand, it's kind of, a letdown. It's like, damn, bro, like, are you really serious about the work that we putting in, or are you, just here for a good time? So
right now, I sense that as well. I sense that Ryan knows that he has a salute. 2-3. How you feeling, great brother? Glad to see you in here tonight. I sense that Ryan knows that this is a big fight, so he can't pull out of it. But if he wants to get out of a big fight, the thing that he can do is if he can't formally get out of the fight, then he needs to have the individuals that are watching him think that he was never mentally in the fight, so that if he do lose the fight, he have an excuse. But if he don't lose the fight, then he can say that I was playing that the whole time. I was throwing Devin Haney and his team off. Salute Tony 10 times. 206. How you feeling, great brother? Don Gotti. Salute. So, with this being said, I mean, this is just crazy. And I'm not gonna lie, Derek making me laugh. I just want to see his face one more time, fellas, before we go to the next slide. Look at this. Look at my man. He is stressing right now. He's stressed.
And I want to I want to touch on this real quick too.
Devin, hey, Derek stressed.
I want to touch on this real quick. Like
Salute,
what
Ronald.
Fo said he don't think Derek James, excuse me, is the type of person that lets someone play with their time. Like he thinks he's too big. He's on too much of a big stature, right? That's what you said, right, folks? Something like that.
Right. Yeah.
And I agree with that. But in the same sense, it doesn't look like we've seen any significant improvements from Ryan Garcia. Like when you watch him shadow box, when you watch him hit the bag, he's still off balance, very just like awkward when he, like the way he shoots his shots.
He's still exhibiting these same habits. It's the same
he's not
habits.
Sharp.
Yeah,
exactly. Like his and really, I think he's just a showman. Like when he do these type of videos, he's just trying to show off. Because like, think about it, the crowd that follows him is a younger crowd. They look up to him like, oh my God, he's a boxer and he's Ryan Garcia. So when he's just doing these weird little videos, they just think, oh my God, they're blown away.
Oh, wait. So is he doing this for us or is he doing this for them? Because think about what you just said. I didn't even catch that. Is he doing this for us, for the boxing community, or is he doing this for them?
Think about it. When he goes live, he's going live with the Twitch and like the new social media community. Like he's going live with Aiden, Jake Paul, and it's a bunch of other guys in like the YouTube community. Right. And that's more so who he caters to. That's the crowd he caters to. They're more so about growing their audience. He's not taking this serious. I think Ryan Garcia is literally doing this just for money to grow his network and to become just a bigger star all around, period, not just for boxing.
But not for boxing. Now that makes sense. Hey, Tony, 10 times, you right. He said, hey, read what he said. He said, that's the look of retirement.
Yes. Like he doesn't even look like he's in shape, really. Like he don't even look like if we go watch Devin page right now, he looks cut up a little bit.
Devin's dialed in.
Like you can see the focus. It's like this dude is, you don't know where he's at.
Right. No, I think Tony was talking about the look on Derek James' face. He said that's the look of retirement.
No, seriously, that's the look. He's finna get cut after this fight. Derek James is done.
Hey, but I don't think he's gonna have to cut Derek James. I think Derek James is gonna leave. So
that's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying Derek James is gonna cut him. Look, you're wasting my time. Yes, you're wasting my time. I got two other fighters, I got two other fighters that's really taking this serious. I could be giving my time more to them.
Facts, Tony. I agree with that 1,000%. He is
all of the antics. He got Derek, bro. Derek James is not the type of person to be behind something like this or a person like this. Like, he already got Jamel to deal with. Come on, man.
And Jamel is much more conservative than Ryan, and he's
way more.
He I alluded to that before. Mel is the wild one that he has. What you gonna say?
Even Spence is a little wild. Let's not forget Spence. Spence ain't just the overly complete disciplined fighter. Like he's not just he.
But he's not buck wild. But he's not like this though.
Never.
He's not like this.
Never.
What you was gonna say for?
No, I was just saying it's crazy that after how Joe Boosman did him with his when he fought Gervonta Tank Davis and things like that. When you get a coach like Derek James and you take it for granted like this, it's like who else is gonna want to work with you after this situation?
Because he's at this point he's going to have had 3 Hall of Fame coaches that he don't deal with no more.
Right.
Think about it.
Yeah, that one coach kind of screwed him over. It's kind of like the way they did him is kind of like he was done wrong and like everybody did it for a paycheck, and with them not showing up to the press conference after the fight and things like that, everybody felt bad for Ryan Garcia and like he had gotten wrong. And now like after seeing all of his antics and the things that people were saying about him, it's like, well, maybe they were telling the truth. Like he doesn't take anything serious and things like that. Now I'm not saying that they were right for not being up on in defeat, but it's like, man, bro, like you haven't learned anything from that. Like you got people looking out for you and a real team around you now. why not take advantage instead of, you know, do everything that you're doing? So I don't know.
It is one thing that Joe Goosen said in the Tank Ryan build up when they was on the All Access. He said, you do not train Ryan Garcia, you collaborate with him. That always stuck with me. And you, as you see right now, it is coming to be true. It's true.
All right, so chat. We're not in this alone. We're all a boxing community. So we want you guys to help us break down this next video. If you see things or hear things, put it in the chat. What you guys hear, what you guys think about the video. I'll catch it and I'll make sure that that I comment on it. You also have 4K. You also have Shine looking at it as well. Let's go. Let's get back into the next clip. So the next clip, it was from the Boxing Voice from Ness. Ness had actually interviewed Paulie, and shout out to Fight Hype. Fight Hype had actually had the previous clip with Ryan Garcia in slow motion. So this next clip we're gonna break down. Let's break this down together as a boxing community and tell exactly what we see.
And Rayo. I won't ask for all those predictions, just the main event.
Didn't De Los Santos and Rayo fight already or no?
Yeah, rematch. It'll be Rayo.
Salute, Ronald. How you feeling?
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. De Los Santos, but I guess because he came off the wins over Colbert. Okay.
So they're gonna do it again.
Yeah.
But your thoughts on the main event? Because I interviewed Timothy Bradley today, and he actually said Frank is a killer.
I mean, Frank is a good fighter, and I think we're looking at probably the best fighter Gervonta's fought at this point. I don't know
He
that.
also brought that up like this is for his brother.
Yeah. There's always that issue too, because you know the African American boxing style is unique in and of itself. And Tank, when he's not really when he's not using punching to win the fights, which most of the time he is, we have seen that he has a slick boxing style himself. I think Tank's an underrated boxer in that way, because people always talk about the power, and he doesn't throw a lot of shots overall on its way to getting you out of there. But I think this fight will be interesting because
I agree with Paulie, with what Paulie said. Chat, y'all heard what Paulie said? And chat, let me know if you guys can hear it. Let me know if you guys can hear good. I agree with what Paulie said. Paulie said that Tank is extremely underrated because a lot of people like to bring up the power with Gervonta Tank Davis, but when he's not moving, he's not throwing those hard, heavy shots, he's a slick boxer. Right. So he has the ability to revert back to boxing, not only boxing to what Paulie alluded to, an African-American style of boxing, which tends to be on the slicker side. Now, Paulie stated that he stated that Frank Martin will be Tank's toughest opponent. I do agree with that in a sense of style. However, I believe that Tank's toughest opponent was Mario Barrios. And I believe Mario Barrios and Frank Martin, that wouldn't be a gimme fight with those two. It'd be a good bump between those two. You see what I'm saying?
Between Frank Martin and Mario Barrios?
Yeah, that'd be a good bump between those two. So I don't know. On paper, you can possibly say that, you know, this could be Tank's hardest fight, but Mario Barrios was definitely a good bump. What you guys think about what he said so far?
I agree with what Paulie said. I've always put emphasis on that Tank is just as good as a boxer as he is a puncher. So right. I totally agree. Go ahead.
Yeah, I share that sentiment of and like Mario Barrios fights is one of the fights I always talk about. I think that's one of my favorite fights. Because I had to watch him get hit with a couple of good shots and watch him work his way around the jab and things like that. So when he say that Tank don't throw a lot of shots and things like that, Tank doesn't throw a lot of shots until it's time to at times. So he gives up a couple of early rounds, and then you see a fight like Isaac Cruz where he actually did have to start trading and throwing shots and things like that. It just depends on the amount of pressure that you put on Gervonta Tank Davis to see the volume of his punches and his boxing ability and things like that. So yeah, I mean, Paulie captured it pretty accurately.
Quick question: do y'all think that the Frank Martin fight would be tougher than the Mario Barrios fight was?
Stylistically, I think it's going to present the same level of
the way you predict the fight. Do you think the way it plays out will end up being a tougher fight for Tank, or do you think?
This is what I'm saying. Stylistically, I want to say yes, but I can't say yes because Mario Barrios had intangibles that Frank Martin don't have, which is his length, his height, that jab. You know what I mean? So we'll have to see the fight. We'll have to see the fight to actually be able to compare. Like, oh no.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Mario Barrio is definitely more tough than Frank Martin. Or Frank Martin's style was such a difficult thing to figure out, and it was so good. He was so slick that he had to make adjustments on the fly, and then Frank made adjustments. Let me tell you what will make it very difficult. If Frank Martin could be able to make the adjustments quicker, if he can make them quicker, because I don't need him repeating what he did in the last fight against the Eastern European style, right? It took too long for him to make the adjustments. If he can make the adjustments quicker, that's when I think it can be a much more difficult fight for Gervonta Tank Davis, because Mario Barrios didn't make adjustments to Gervonta Tank Davis. Mario Barrios got adjusted to by Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta would then close the gap with those adjustments, and then he was able to close the show. You have to be able to change and to adjust when Tank adjusts. So I think it's on the same level until I actually see the fight, because it's on paper. Yeah. I don't want to put it above Mario Barrios, because that was a tough fight. Yeah. Salute, Tony. I see my boy in there. Salute.
Mario actually had a solid game plan for Tank as well. It was a pretty good, solid game plan. It couldn't overcome what Tank had to come with. That's exactly what it was. And
he really did.
Yeah. So Mario stood strong, like, and I loved his heart in that fight. Like, he was telling Tank, like, come on, that's all you got. Like that, he fought. He fell several times and he got back up. So that's why I deem that one of Tank's toughest fights. When you think about a Frank Martin, you think about, I don't know exactly how much. I mean, nobody's power really compares to Gervonta Tank Davis's, of course, because of his knockout ability. But when I do think about it, I do think of power versus power, speed versus speed, agility, like things, elusiveness versus elusiveness. Like, this is going to be a really entertaining, tough fight, at least for the first 5 rounds. Like,
absolutely.
I want to see, like, if Frank can be, if Tank can be just as fast as Frank, because I don't know, who's faster. I do think that Tank's counter, like, back foot with that left hand, sometimes the speed off that is insane, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of a Floyd, like a smaller Floyd Money Mayweather.
Really, you struggle to pick who. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you struggle to think who's faster between the two.
Not necessarily. I just want to see who's going to be better at using that speed on fight night. Is what I mean. Who's going to be better?
Whose timing and speed would will connect the best or the fastest.
Right.
Yeah, I got you.
With who exactly?
Frank and Tank.
Okay, with Frank and Tank. Okay. Frank and Tank, I think from what I've seen, to me, Tank's hand speed is faster than Frank Martin. Tank hand speed is very fast. What made me notice that, and all of you guys, if you guys got a second in the chat, take a second and look at the punch by punch with Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis. That's when I realized just how fast Tank hands truly is. It was on par with some of those punches, was on par with the speed of Ryan, and which we all know Ryan is uber talented in his speed. Yeah.
Real quick. But Tank said after the fight, I don't know if y'all seen it, but I believe it was on the Showtime equal. I forgot to say that word, but the third one, the last one, the one that wraps it up, he said he's really slow. He was back there sparring with Richard Hitcher. They were talking about the fight. He said he's really slow compared to him. He's way slower than he thought he was.
He did say that
So yeah, I agree with you. It's not true.
Right. I only think he's slow because Ryan telegraphs his moves. So because he had tails, he actually looked slow. He was able to read it. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do believe that if it's somebody he's not able to read so easily, then it'll be much faster, right? It'll seem much faster.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let me see. I got payment from Lil Bettis. Salute. He actually sent the $5 cash out, man. I appreciate you, great brother. You didn't put a message in there. I didn't see a message, but I appreciate you, great brother. If you did put a message in there, it didn't come through, write your message down, and I'll make sure I read it to you. I'll read it for you.
Why don't you just drop a question in the chat right now? If since he already sent the cash app.
What'd you say?
On it.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate you, great brother. If you were just sending some money to support the show, man, I appreciate you, great brother. 1,000%. All right, so let's continue to watch it. Hey, family, we're not covering this on our own. We're covering this with you guys. Y'all see something? Put it in the chat. Call it out. Let's break this down together with a boxing community. We all are the judges. Let's go.
I also think Tank. It's not just that he hasn't fought quote unquote brothers. It's also he hasn't really stepped up a lot. You know, like these headlines of pay-per-views against some very poor opposition that, kind of leaves you kind of gasping like that. I know Alex Garcia was a 130-pound champion, but really, I mean, look at his whole body of work even since. I mean, that guy's a pay-per-view headliner, an opponent for a pay-per-view headliner. So even Santa Cruz, I know people. The fact that Santa Cruz is one of his best wins, I mean, that was a faded featherweight. You know what I mean? Like a featherweight. And not only a featherweight, that was a guy who started his career at bantamweight. He got a featherweight. He capped out at featherweight at 126 and 130. So I don't know, man. It was. I feel like this is an interesting moment because I rate Tank both as a fighter and as a puncher, but there's still a lot to see, and I think Frank is. Frank Martin is a good, solid test. I mean, this will tell us a lot about Tank because if Tank beats Frank Martin, then we'll continue to understand that he's for real. Nobody's doubting that he's not for real, but this will confirm it, right? But if he loses to Frank Martin, then you start to doubt if how real was he in the first place, because the body of work is not at the highest level. So I think it's an important fight for.
He made a good point, fellas. We got to break that down. Chat, y'all slipping, man. Y'all ain't catch that. Chat, I'm looking to see who put it in the chat. Ty Baby, salute, my love. How you feeling, man? You up late? What's going on? You hanging out with your boy A-Side, 4K, and Sean. Salute. Chat, y'all didn't catch that. Now, y'all slipping, chat. I'm paying attention.
Running back home.
He said that, I'm gonna see who catch it. Chat, y'all pay attention now.
It's Frank Martin, then we'll continue to understand that he's for real. Nobody's doubting that he's not for real, but this will confirm it, right? But if he loses to Frank Martin, then you start to doubt how real was he in the first place, because the body of work is not at the highest level. So I think it's an important fight for Tank.
Joseph Jackson, salute. Jonathan, 97, salute. My great brother, how you feeling? Chat, did y'all catch that? He said because Tank doesn't have a good body of work, that if he was to lose to a Frank Martin, now we're all going to be judging him as a community on how good was he really. So the question is, right, because we always say if a fighters are scared to lose their O's nowadays, right? We always say that, right? Fighters are scared to lose their O's. Most important question we need to ask is, why are fighters afraid to lose their O? Are they afraid to lose their O because people don't deal with them no more? Or are they afraid to lose their O because their body of work is not strong enough for them to take the impact of losing one fight? I never thought about that before. But if a fighter was to lose a fight, but they have such a good resume, will we write them off as a boxing community? That's a great question. I want you guys to answer to it.
That's a great point. Go ahead, Fo. You go ahead.
She said, hey, salute, Ty Baby. She said, my newborn got her nights and days mixed up. So I'll be up late now. Yeah, that's funny, man. Salute to you. Oh, man, blessings to you, man. Blessings to you. Blessings to you, your newborn.
Back to my screen. I'm not getting along.
Yeah, so fellas, the question is it more important that a fighter lose their O, or is it more important that a fighter build their resume with quality fights, so much so that they have a strong enough support fan base and resume to even support them losing the fight? That is a great point, because if Tank was to lose right now, without a doubt, we'll be pissed at him, because there's so many different Gervonta Tank Davis fans out there that thinks that he can move the moon. But if he cannot get past a Frank Martin, all of us going to be questioning ourselves. That is a fact.
And to support that, let's stay right there where you at. To support that theory, we go
very indigenous person. Salute.
We go to Lomachenko, who's basically lost to all the major opposition, and Teofimo, Kambosos, and Devin Haney. 3, what was considered to be,
the 4 kings.
Yeah. No, minus Kambosos. So when you look at that, and then you look at Lomachenko's support system, a lot of people still have Lomachenko over Tank. They still say that Tank is ducking Loma, and things like that. A lot of people, and his fan base, no matter what, even though he's lost these major fights, they are still there for him. When it comes to Gervonta Tank Davis, the fact that he hasn't had those fights and things like that, and at the age and at the point that he is in his career, a lot of people are having that doubt of him and things like that, and rightfully so. It even took me a little while to be like, why y'all study? Even though Lomachenko lost and things like that, it's like, man, like I just felt like, I'm finna go. I almost jumped off.
No, Loma's still loved. You saying that Loma's not loved no more?
No. I'm saying even though Lomachenko lost, he's still loved. But even though Tank is winning his fights, because it's not the same opposition as Lomachenko, he's not as loved as Loma. I'm starting to see that now.
As far as the boxing community, you believe?
As far as the real, like, we talk, like, it's boxing, and then it's kind of like casual.
Yeah.
And the real boxing, like we talking like us that watch boxing every day. Watching boxing every day. Paula Malignaggi, a lot of boxers that are
no real core boxing fans.
Hey Tony Tintin, you cold for that one, man. You cold for that one. He said, look at what he said. Hey, salute to you, great brother. And now go ahead, Paul. I'm sorry about that, man.
So yeah, like to answer the question directly though, we do have to get back to the opposition mattering and not losing that And I don't it's hard to say if that's what Tank's doing. As far as like him being scared of losing that based on the opposition that he's picking. But I will say this: a lot of people
Southwest Dice salute, great brother. No, go ahead. Just shout now. Go ahead.
Ryan Garcia, like they held him up there until Tank, got him out of there. And now, like, that name is kind of like when we talk about Tank's opposition, like he's still not getting no credit for beating Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia was one of the kings. So then now we're getting to Frank Martin and things like that. Is Tank starting to do what we want him to do? We won't know until we see who he chooses after he fight Frank Martin. That's where it's really going. If he gets past Frank Martin, his next opponent from here on out is definitely going to matter. So I think the opposition matters more than the O, and I think that fighter should care more.
And I agree, and I want to piggyback off of what you said. Like when Ryan Garcia had actually lost, then we took into account of his resume because he didn't beat anybody. So that I can see that drop more than I can see a drop of let me see, like Ty Baby. I want to get back to what you said with EJ. She said EJ had a drop, but the thing is, EJ only had a drop to his fans because he had so many things done with, outside of the sport of boxing, right? With the car accidents, the drinking. So we think that his body is actually taking a toll to the point where he can actually get hurt in the ring because he had put so many miles on his body outside of the sport of boxing. But if he was healthy, if we had a healthy EJ Ty Baby, I do believe that EJ fans and adjoining fans will say that we want to see him fight again. Arguably, we would want to see a rematch, but we definitely want to see EJ fight again because EJ has a good body of work. EJ has a great resume. He was only beat by the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Now, the way in which he lost, it did have us questioning, hey, is EJ as good as he was? But then maybe it could have been a stylistic thing. The big Playboy salute.
Time out. Go ahead. Yo, Asa, what you got going on with this in the StreamYard? Devin Haney crew jumps boxer and more. Like I'm okay, I got it. I'm thinking you calling us the Devin Haney crew.
Yo, if you don't cut it out, man, yo, ain't trying to start stuff. Let's continue with the video. And like I said, chat, we are a boxing family, we are a boxing nation. We're gonna hold boxing accountable. So if Paulie Malignaggi say something, we definitely gonna check it. We are the judges. Let's go.
And obviously, it's an important fight for Frank Martin. And look at that. And one more thing. Look how PBC always comes around. You know, people diss on PBC a lot of times if I'm making their not doing this for their fighters, doing that for their fighters. But look at Frank Martin. He turned down the Shakur Stevenson fight, which he probably would have lost. And now he's in a big headliner against Tank Davis. Probably getting paid more. And I think in a more winnable fight. You know what? Worked out for him.
It did, but you can't deny had he beat Shakur, this would be a
if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. There was no way he was going to beat Shakur Stevenson. Nobody's beat Shakur Stevenson. I'm telling you that right now. You can hate on Shakur Stevenson all you want. Nobody around that area is beating. Nobody's beating Shakur Stevenson. I'm telling you right now. Devin looked great though. I'll give him credit. Devin looked great. Devin is the best. Devin is the best. Devin is the best fight right now. That's it. He passed Sophie Wolfman. Devin is the best 140 pounder in the world. Shakur is the best 135 pounder in the world. I guess that fight eventually happens.
You gonna put Tito in the conversation with 140?
Not the best one.
No, listen.
I mean, not.
Stop it.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I gotta do this because I kind of feel a little bit guilty. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta give my boy Frank Martin his grams, man. I was the one that was saying that he's stupid for not taking that Shakur fight because that was the biggest fight that he was gonna have in his career. It was 5 times the amount he ever got paid before. Mm-hmm. The only fight that's bigger than that is the Gervonta Tank Davis fight, and there's no guarantee he's gonna get that fight.
And he got it.
I did say that. I'm gonna stand on my square.
I said that as well.
Frank Martin, I am greatly sorry to you, great brother. I am sorry, man, because I don't know how you landed the fight with the number one fighter in and around that division, pretty much and arguably number 2 in the world. You can't fight with Canelo Alvarez, right? You actually got the thing that I thought that you was not going to get. So you made a great move. And I'm saying stylistically, this is a much better fight than Shakur. I'm not saying you would have lost, but I'm just saying that Shakur style is not nothing to play with. Hey,
time out.
Hold on, wait.
Time out. Now look, we gotta stop this. We gotta stop this. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Shakur Stevenson fan, a big Shakur Stevenson fan, but we're not just gonna act like this is just a better style matchup for Frank Martin. Like,
bro, I know you're not about to cut it out. Cut it out.
But you and Paulie are making it seem like it's no way in hell he had a chance, and now he has a way in hell of a chance to beat Tank.
No, I said he has more of a chance. No.
You're cutting my segment, sir. You're cutting my segment. I'm saying we're not gonna act like Tank is not the guy that is literally projected to knock you out every single fight, and it's not gonna be no different.
Whoa!
It's not gonna be no different.
What?
It's not gonna be no different with Frank Martin. Frank Martin makes too many mistakes,
Tank
and he's
no
perfect
choice but
for
to fight him.
perfect for Tank.
What makes you say that, Mr. Big Play Break? That he had no choice but to fight him. I'm interested in hearing that. Has the fight been announced yet? Yep.
And he had no choice but to fight him because who else was he gonna fight? He's right. Who else was he gonna fight? That would have been a big fight that the fans would have been excited for.
Shakur.
Tank is known.
Shakur.
Absolutely, but on the PBC side, because he can't do that right now. Come on,
my brother for Shirley son, salute.
Gotta give him grace.
How you feeling, great brother? How you feeling?
Hey, that brother fast. I just tweeted him tap in. He tapped in 30 seconds later.
Oh no, he's a real deal for sure. I tapped in for Shirley son.
But yeah, y'all gonna stop undercutting my man Tank like he just. How
is that an undercut? No. You're not about to just do that.
Hey, you know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing. You cut it out.
You know what you're doing.
That finger stink from here, man. Go wash your hands, man. Yo,
that's funny. I'm gonna get you back, though. I'm gonna get you back.
Yo, listen, man. Listen. That we all know that Shakur Stevenson is a difficult style for anybody. That is true. There's no guarantee that Tank can beat him. There's no guarantee that Devin can beat him. And I'm not saying that I favor Frank Martin over any of those three. I'm just saying. But those three can beat each other. Like, I don't know. You trying to make this difficult.
What three could beat each other?
Tank, Shakur, and Dev.
Oh, I thought you threw a Frank in there. I was gonna say.
No, you the one. All right.
No. Listen, let's make it clear right now. What I'm saying is the way Paulie and you, Mr. Asad, just tried to make it clear that this is just clearly a much better chance for Frank Martin to win than it was for Shakur. It's much easier for Frank to win this one.
I think stylistically, it's still hard, but I think stylistically,
no.
Frank Martin have
literally
more of a chance.
The exact same. No, it's the exact same.
Okay.
Let's keep it real.
How is it the exact same?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because if Shakur and Tank lined up right now, it would be 50-50. If not, it would be edge to Tank for Tank to win. He would be the favorite.
I'm edging Core.
You are, but I'm saying he would be the favorite.
He'll be the favorite because of knockout power for sure.
Exactly. And wait. What did he start off? What did we just start off talking about with this poly video? He's much more better at boxing than we give him credit for. And you know
Tank,
that, sir.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Let's not act like he doesn't have the boxing and the power. He's literally overpowered.
I still think Shakur is a harder fight. Despite what you just said is true.
Okay. Are you saying that based off how Shakur engages with fighters?
I just think the style at which he presents for a Frank Martin, and Frank Martin isn't as seasoned. And Frank Martin isn't just hold on, young buck.
Wait. So
what
you trying to say?
One second.
Wait.
Hold on.
Listen.
So what I'm trying to say is Shakur presents a difficult style. Period. Point blank. I ain't say nothing else.
Okay.
Jonathan, how you feeling?
Okay, so what's worse?
So hold on, God, dog, man, y'all, damn, what's up? What's in y'all coffee tonight? Just chill out. Listen. So like I stated before, he has a difficult style to deal with. Being that Frank Martin has not been as seasoned as a Gervonta Tank Davis, with amateurs, with coming up in boxing and stuff like that, I would think that would be a harder style to present to him, even at this phase of his career, versus a Gervonta Tank Davis who tend not to box. He just tends not to box. He can box, but he tends not to. He tends to wait and to stalk and to be less active. Maybe Frank Martin activity and his engagement could actually win him a couple rounds. With Shakur Stevenson, I don't see Shakur Stevenson giving up rounds early. I don't see that being in his nature. I don't see that in his tendencies. With Tank, I see that. If Frank Martin can use his feet and his athleticism to keep himself away from Tank enough, especially in those great times where Tank looked like he can touch you with something, he could possibly edge this out more so in my mind than what he could edge out against Shakur. That's what I'm saying.
What's worse, having to fight a whole 12 rounds with somebody that's difficult to punch, or getting knocked out?
Fighting 12 rounds with somebody that's beating you up for 12 rounds.
Okay.
Because the thing is, what we all forgetting, Shakur Stevenson don't just make you miss and not make you pay. He make you pay embarrassingly. Like he embarrasses you.
Yoshino.
Oh yeah, Yoshino. And so that's the thing. I just think it's a much more difficult style. Why y'all?
So do you believe Frank Martin can outbox Tank?
I think it depends on whatever is Tank want to do, because Tank was having Hector Garcia really stick with him in a fight where I think it should have been. It should have been much further. You said it's 12 rounds.
I think he was looking to knock Hector Garcia out.
I think so as well. But that's why I'm saying, folks, it would depend on. Hold on, Sean. It would depend on Tank, what Tank come in there and what Tank wants to do that night. If Tank fights with Frank the way he fought with Hector Garcia, yeah, he got a bigger chance. If Tank fights with him the same way he did Cruz, that chance go down. Chance go down a lot.
Glad you said that. And I think
it just depends on what Tank show up. You know, Ronald said no.
What did you say?
Of course, bro. I mean, listen, this morning, everybody's dancing in the 140-pound division. There's a lot of good fighters, but I think Devin is the best 140-pound. Right now, you got to go with what you've done for me lately, bro. I mean, Teo had a chance. I didn't really expect Teo to dominate Jermaine Ortiz. I think Jermaine Ortiz is a very difficult opponent and very underrated.
How many
No, I never expected him to dominate that fight. But what I'm saying is the way he looked was worse for wear. I never expected him to look perfect in that fight. Jermaine Ortiz is a very difficult guy to look good against, and he's a good fighter in his own right. So I was never expecting domination. And even if he didn't dominate, I was thinking like he's still going to be the best 140 pounder in the world because the level of opposition is up there. But that was a very poor performance. And it just got, and the way it played out, and then especially with the momentum that Haney just had off the win over Prograis, like, you know, you can't go with hindsight with the Prograis win, like, oh, Prograis was, no, bro. Prograis was still dangerous going into the fight, okay? You can't look at it later, just as Haney did that to him. So, what are you going to do?
How different is Prograis from Matias?
No, Matias is...
Haney could do the same to Matias.
That's a lot more difficult because I tell you what, Matias is a very consistent guy. He still has that youth where you're not gonna punch it out of him, you're not gonna frustrate it out of him. Matias reminds me of a Tito Trinidad in a lot of ways, bro. Like he's gonna press it. He's gonna press it.
All right, before we move forward to the clip, and again, guys, this is from Nez from the Boxing Voice. You guys make sure you go over there and check out the full clip. I just wanted to cover that with Devin and Shakur Stevenson. Devin being the best 140-pounder and Shakur Stevenson being the best 135-pounder. Wanted to get you guys' opinion on that. But quickly, I wanted to make our way over. Before we go over, I want to just ask everybody to smash the like button. Again, smash the like button. We have over 30 people in the building. Let's go ahead and show the chat some love and then go ahead and show the platform some love and some respect. Then go ahead and click the like button. Make sure we get the likes all the way up to let the YouTube algorithm know we're here. Eastside, easy salute. Great brother, how you feeling? It's always good to see you. It's always good to see you. So what we're going to go into next, what we're going to go into, Devin Haney and his crew had actually got into a scuffle. So we're going to break this down together as a community. We're going to hold boxing and boxers accountable. As you guys know, we are the judges. Let's go.
Come on. Hey,
You better beat it.
Ooh, Shane. Ooh. What is wrong with you? You're like for real.
Don't tell me to chill out, man. Fuck you your mouth, bro.
Yo.
That's a shiner.
And salute. This guy is from this video. The full video is from Dante Boxing Nation.
Yo,
check it out on that page. That is, look at this. Yo, look at this guy's face, chat. So apparently we're gonna break it down. But this guy apparently went inside the boxing gym and was disrespecting Devin Haney's religion. I guess while they was praying. They definitely gonna break it down in the chat. But look at this guy's face. This is ridiculous. By the way, he's also a boxer.
If they caught me, like right after I was done training, like I was just finna finish my workouts, I was exhausted. The good thing is my God is real, so once you get one of his servants, you dealing with Jesus, huh?
All right, guys. So that's from Dante's Boxing Days. And so as the story goes, this guy went inside of the gym. And the reason why I don't want to play the whole video because I want you guys to go over there. I want you guys to hear Dante's point on it. I just wanted to show you guys the face and that you actually did see that it did happen earlier on in the clip. You did see Bill Haney come outside and tell him to beat it. So what had happened and took place with this guy was that he actually he was inside of the gym. And he was doing his shadow work. He was doing some sparring earlier, so he was doing a little bit more work at the end. Devin Haney and his crew was there. They was about to come in and they was about to actually start to do some work and get some work in. But before they went into training, they prayed first. So they got their mats out, whatever Muslims do. And I don't want to disrespect any more religions, but they got something like the mats. That's what it looked like to me. And they started praying on it. And as they was praying in mid-prayer, the guy was yelling out, Jesus Christ, Jesus is real. He was making all type of remarks to antagonize. Exactly, to antagonize and inflame the crew of Devin Haney. So he he messed around and found out. You know, he got exactly what he was looking for.
That's what happened when you F around and find out.
He
The
got
more
exactly
you F around,
what he
the
was
more you're
looking
gonna
for.
find out.
I don't know if the fruit of Islam was in there or not, but this guy really took a beating. I mean, you know,
Well,
this
he
guy.
lucky that when
What was in there?
I mean,
he
is
lucky,
this grade
but-
A clout chasing? What would you guys consider this? Would you got first of all, could you ever see yourself, even if you don't believe in what someone else believes in, could you ever see yourself just openly disrespecting someone else's religion? Like,
Yeah.
what's cool about that?
man.
Jihad, salute.
It-
How you
it's
feeling,
just-
man?
when you around some Muslims and you get at some Muslims, just
Right.
best believe it's some type of FOI, it's some type of nation in there that's the protector of whoever's the money or whoever's the leader of the group. It's always going to be protection there. Muslims never are without protection with their brothers. So I wouldn't be surprised if this didn't happen from Tank. Y'all know Tank, Devin bodyguard. I wouldn't be surprised.
Right.
The big tall guy.
Yeah. I know.
You mean the tall guy?
Yeah, they always gonna protect whoever is in charge. That's just what happened. I'm a Muslim myself. I grew up with the Nation of Islam. My grandfather is Basir Muhammad. Like this is just how it is. Like it's always structure. So he got what was coming. He got what was coming. To him.
Yo, so do you blame this attack on Devin because that's
this
his
ain't got
crew?
nothing to do with Devin. This ain't got nothing to do with Devin.
Because legend has it, Devin had nothing to do with this attack. And Devin was on the other side of the gym.
Oh yeah,
because
for sure.
Because he was on the other side of the gym, you know, his crew took it upon themselves to pretty much, you know, check this guy.
Give him the case.
But in the case, because you know how the community, the boxing community is. If something like this happens, then they're going to want to blame it on Devin Haney because he is supposedly the leader of it, right? This is his crew, so that's the burden falls on him.
I mean, the so-called victim, of course, is going to throw Devin Haney's name out there first because it's around him. He is the go-getter. He is the money of the group. I would say that this is what happens when you attempt to gang bang religion of sorts.
Wait, you said gang bang religion?
When you're making certain
Miller salute.
When you're making comments about like he even said it in this video right here, that little slight that was a slick jab in this video where he said that my God is real. You know, you can't say that someone else's God or religion, you know, is false. Of course it's gonna, you know, offend them. And religion is supposed to be a place of security, a place of love, protection, and things like
Ray Davis.
It's supposed to be something that represents peace. So when you go about carrying that into a boxing gym, a place of, you know, fighting and mixed martial arts and things like that, and you're what do you expect to happen, bro? Like you came in disrespecting these in religion. They're in there trying to pray, which is another part of the story. They're in there trying to pray, and you're in there saying loud enough that that your God is real and things like that, and I'll glory to him and things like that. I'll glory to everybody's religion, brother. Like you didn't have to go in there with that type of shenanigans and things like that, and you got exactly what you were looking for. So hey, the case of the beast. I wonder if the case of the beast was worthy for him.
Hey, I never understood like why people put themselves in positions to get beat up and then record they beat up face. Like you know, like I never got that. I never understood.
That's that new stuff.
To me, it was always like they was looking to achieve said goal, and once they achieved that goal, then they got on. They showed everybody exactly what happened to them. Suckers, exactly. That definitely suckers. Just here, salute. Just here. How you feeling, man? The Haney's are punks. Low life thugs, behaviors. No, they was. I don't think you missed it. They were disrespected for their religion. Great brother. But salute to you. So I mean. Oh, something else I want to segue into, guys. Did you guys happen to catch the Zepeda fight?
That was amazing.
You guys what did you guys think about Zepeda and how he looked this past weekend?
I love this game plan. Got straight to that body in that second round. Straight to that body like it was supposed to. Maxie Hughes I don't understand why Maxie Hughes' game plan was to try to fight fire with him. I really, in the middle of watching that fight, I'm like, why is he doing this? He's more of a boxer. He's more of an outside good footwork type of boxer. If you pay attention to some of his other fights, so I was confused on that. And so when he was doing that with Zepeda, who is someone who's known to throw over 100 or throw at least 100 punches around, it's like, you don't have the power to fight him. You don't have the size to baby him or bully him. It's like, why is this the game plan?
What is Maxie Hughes knockout ratio? Let somebody look that up. What's Maxie Hughes knockout ratio? I think it's real low.
Yeah, I was very thrown off by that. But as far as like actual fight together, it was a very exciting, action-packed fight. The type of fight that like brings more eyes to you as being Zepeda. Like, that's a good fight to jump into a big fight with someone like Shakur next. It was
1 second, Sean. Hey, Southwest Dice, trust me, I know who all my family members are in here. I'm gonna be putting out wrenches this week. So we do have more content that's gonna be coming out this week. So just make sure you guys show up here, and we know, trust me, we know our family members. We know them in the chat. Sure. Is that safe to say, right, fellas? You got the mod father in here. You got Shine in here. Like, trust me, we see you guys. You guys are going to be getting wrenched up. That's very soon. It's just that we wanted to kind of give you guys, just an overlay of what happened this weekend. Keep you guys going on. Keep you guys up with boxing in the court because we are the judges. Make sure that we hold boxing accountable. But yeah, the wrenches will be going out. Yeah. But yeah. I mean, like, I agree with what you guys said, right? He's not known as a power puncher, some world beater in Maxie Hughes, right? He boxed George Kambosos beautifully from the outside. And because he did box him from the outside, I thought that he would come into this fight doing the same thing, right? Because if you looked at Zepeda feet, he wasn't on his toes. He was flat foot. That's why he was able to generate that much power. And through generating that much power, he was able to get all of the torque he needed for those punches to the body shots. The first round, watching that fight, the first thing that went through my head was, I said, whoever gets gassed out first is going to lose. They're going to lose. Literally, the second round, I did not see Zepeda throw as many head punches, and that's what I see in the first round. But because I didn't see him throw as many head punches, he started to go to the body. I said, oh, he's taking the air out of the tires. Yeah. Okay, I see what he's doing. He can fight fire with fire, but he wasn't fighting fire with fire. Because he can fight fire with fire, he was all but ensuring his victory by making sure he go to the body very early on, and then he was going to fight fire with fire, which is very smart, very strategic. That means his corner was watching what was going on. That's what I said. Made the adjustment early enough, and they took that fight. That's what Frank Martin needs to do if he even wants to be competitive with a Gervonta Tank. They're going to need to be making adjustments on the fly. Not stay round by round or in the middle of their round. They're going to need to know what's going on at all times, because I think Zepeda did an amazing job with doing that. What you guys think about that?
He turned that man's rib into a xylophone, and it was beautiful music. He got him.
I really like the way you structured that. I'm family too, A-side. Ty, baby, cut it out. You know you family, man. You know I got my brother band up. We know who in the building.
I shared that same sentiment of you guys as far as Maxie Hughes' work. I mean, William Zepeda's work last night, and it specifically the flat-footed comment. That was one of the comments I made last night. I was like, man, Maxie Hughes looking super flat-footed. You know, like, what's going on with that? And it's almost like he was trying to hit him with some, which he did land some good punches in the first round. It's almost like he was trying to hit him with some volume punches in that first round and things like that. And he put out what, like 60 to 80 punches in that first round, somewhere near the numbers and things like that. So when he did that, like, it made me think for the rest of that fight, the way Zepeda treated him, it made me think, like, did Zepeda know something going into this fight, or did he just pick up off that first round and was like, oh man, I'm gonna beat the body up real quick? And he beat that man. He beat that man round after round.
It was smart. It was IQ.
Like a heavy bag. IQ. That dude looked like a heavy bag.
Yeah, his face looked pretty bad, but I don't. Even though his face looked bad, man, I don't think his face felt nearly as bad as the body last night. I know that man was Winston L last night.
I'm telling you, by that fifth round, you heard a bunch of from that one night. I'm telling you, that's all you was hearing in that ring. They had the mic right next to him. I'm telling you, boy.
All right, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the X. Okay, this is a segment where we actually see what's going on with Twitter in real time. All right, so let's continue. All right, one moment, everyone. I am getting everything situated, and my kids are going absolutely nuts. I don't know if you guys can hear them in the background, but 1 second. 1 second. I actually hold on 1 second. Let me, folks, Shine, take over real quick. My kids are cutting up. Spring break is over. I'm sorry about this, guys. They're cutting up in the background. 1 second. 1 second.
We appreciate y'all coming in tonight to support us. This is actually our first live. We will have a lot more content coming throughout the week and weeks, months, to come. And if God say the same, years. If you guys would do me a favor and just smash that like button, get active in the chat. Let us know y'all here. As A-Side said, Riches will be going out later this week. Y'all make sure y'all follow me and Shine on all social platforms. My social media is 4KZ.887. You can find my music at 4KZ887. I really don't have a boxing Twitter right now. My Twitter is kind of all over the place. But you can find me on Twitter at 4KZ887. And Sean can tell you his.
Yeah, make sure y'all tap into everything we got going on. We finna have a lot of content dropping this week and the weeks coming. Make sure y'all let us know what y'all want to see from us. Let us know what changes y'all want us to make. If y'all rocking with this, let us know. Like we here for y'all family. Y'all already know what's going on. I see Martin versus Stevenson as a boring fight. What?
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. Now let's redo it. I had to go in daddy time. 1 second, chat. So I'm sorry for that. Now let's go ahead and let's redo it. Now we're going to jump into the X. We appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right. So my brother 4K is going to be the one who's going to make sure that he get the inside of the X information to you guys. 4, take it away.
All right, guys. So we got the boxing scene coming out today, tweeting out what Bill Haney sentiment on Shakur Stevenson reaching out to face Ryan Garcia. And Bill Haney says that Shakur Stevenson brings nothing to the table. And in turn, Shakur Stevenson comes back and says, so basically, I bring nothing to the table because of a bad performance, but y'all fought Regis and Loma right after bad performances. Yeah, okay, Bill, you can trick the fans and hide who you are, but you can't trick me, my guy.
I agree with that. I gotta call a spade a spade. Right. Loma didn't have a good performance with Jermaine Ortiz. Then he had gotten a fight with Haney.
Right.
Regis hadn't had a good performance with Zarilla, but then he got a fight with Haney. Did he lie? Did Shakur lie?
Right.
There's no lie that I detected there. I gotta agree with that.
And to double down on that, when you got Ryan Garcia acting the way that he's acting and things like that, I mean, I understand that they already have a replacement, set in and things like that with Warboza, but us as boxing fans and things like that, we know Shakur Stevenson to be of elite talent. That's blue blood. We know Shakur Stevenson to be of elite talent, and with New Jersey and New York being right across the bridge from one another, it's what we understand that fans live on different coasts and things like that, right? And Ryan Garcia may be doing some things to affect the sale of tickets. It may be a little bit better to save this fight if someone from New Jersey, that being Shakur Stevenson, fights Devin Haney, because that will bring a lot of people from both those two cities in, with them being with them being a little bit closer, to Shakur Stevenson's hometown and things like that. So it makes me wonder, like, what's going on and things like that. And I would actually like to see a little bit more from Bill Haney, which he did come out and respond a little bit more. He said a little bit more. He was like, he's not wasting his time on Shakur Stevenson and things like that. And I think
so let me challenge you on this though, right? Because here's the thing. I heard with Nest, right when Shakur, Devin, and Bill was going through that little spat, there was times after they had, went through the spat and the internet thought that it was pretty much done, that Bill had stated that he wouldn't mind making a fight with Shakur. But Shakur, I think, had disrespected him multiple times on social media, calling him out of his names multiple times, to the point where Bill had actually gotten fed up and said, I don't want nothing to do with that guy. I don't want nothing to do with him no more. I want to say it was after the time when the video was released, when Bill was talking to Shakur in private, where he was pretty much stating that, hey man, me and you and Dev has already agreed that you guys are going to fight at 147. If things get hot at 135, we'll go up to 140. You can take 130. You can take 135, right? So with that being said, when Shakur did that, it made Bill look a certain way, and then he was already talking about him in a certain way as well. So I think he didn't want to do business with him on the sense of he just didn't like him. He didn't want to do business with him.
I mean, but that would be the same as what like the name calling and things like that. We can't hold that against anybody, because Bill does that in regards to Tank, and whoever says
this is true,
about his son and things like that. So how can we get mad at Shakur Stevenson for the name calling? As far as I'm concerned, no matter who started it, that name calling has went back and forth between all three of these parties. Not necessarily between Shakur and Tank a lot, but between Devin and Shakur, and then Devin and Gervonta Tank Davis. So I mean,
so like I'm stating before, it's not nothing that we're getting mad about. It's just something that I think that Bill had actually stated on the Boxing Voice. That's the reason why. I just wanted to give you that little bit of information. So
do you want Bill actually and then Sean, you can take it from there. Bill actually came out and said this is exactly what Bill Haney said. Shakur ain't made a single fight happen, not one real fight yet with nobody at all, because Bob makes his fights happen, not him. I wouldn't waste my time negotiating or even talk to that dude ever again in life. He can take the BS energy and work on it and work on somebody else. I negotiated with dude and nothing happened. I put a deal on the table. He didn't take the deal or counter it. I'm not doing the Twitter beef again. April 20th, Haney versus Garcia.
Well, there we go. What you think, Sean?
So I'm kind of like mixed feelings with this, because in one sense I see where Bill is coming from, right? Because he put a deal on the table. At that time, Shakur Stevenson is big-headed. He thinks he deserves more than what he's actually getting offered. He thinks that's a lowball offer, but we actually know that was truly a very good offer. And I'm someone who thought it was a lowball offer at the time. But also, if we being realistic, that wasn't time to make that fight. The fight just wasn't time. Right now, I believe, or sometime in this year, it's more. It can become a way bigger fight than what it would have been if Shakur handles his business in rematch De Los Santos, like I've been telling him. But Shakur isn't doing enough. So I agree with Bill Haney in the same sense. He's not doing enough. Bill is completely right. He hasn't made one big fight. He hasn't had one big fight.
But another thing I can say to that.
Well, he's only had.
I don't like the fact that Shakur pressed Dev when Dev was exiting the division at 135. I do love when boxers press each other. I didn't like that he pressed Dev, but he don't press Tank. Tank is in his division and has stated that he's not going to 140. Okay, so if Tank is in your division and stating that he's not going to 140, actively try to make that fight. I don't see why you're not going at Tank with the same venom that you went at Devin Haney. It don't make sense. If you beat Tank, you're going to get way more star status than what you would have gotten beating Haney. You would have gotten legacy beating Haney for sure. With the belts, etc., you would have been undisputed 1,000%. But if you beat Tank, you're talking about star power now. You're talking about becoming that star.
Right.
So yeah. We have the next topic up for you. Okay. Ben Haney says, we had that. So, Fo, you want to break these down to us?
So
what are we looking at?
A lot of fans on Twitter are starting to call out the ticket sales with it being a month out, and I just want to know what everybody thinks if this is fair to do when it comes to these ticket sales of Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia. They're showing that the arena hasn't sold out yet, and I've seen a couple of Twitter users comparing it to Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia and saying that it only took a day to sell out. Is this Ryan Garcia's fault? Is his antics affecting the sale of this fight? Like, what do you guys think is going on here?
I think, like I said it before, I stated it on Blue Blood Show. TY will definitely close out with that. I think that in the beginning it was affecting it in a positive way, right?
Right.
I think now Ryan is affecting that fight in a negative way for boxing fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if there is a big spiking number, I do believe the greater majority of that number will be casuals or people who are just interested to see exactly what Ryan's going through right now.
Right.
But real boxing fans don't want to see that fight because you know that you're not going to get a quality fighter in Ryan Garcia with the mindset that he has right now. So I think the boxing fans, the true boxing fans, are not going to go as much as the fans that are more casual will attend that. So, and these are multiple pictures you have, right? Look at this. So it's the blue, just for the audience, it's the blue seats that are not sold.
Right.
Okay, and then the purple are for the seats that are sold.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so if they sold 10,000, on their first day, how big is this arena? Do you know?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Because this looks crazy to me, and I'll break down why this looks crazy to me because I thought that.
Next one. Let's see.
Okay, so these are all.
What is that arena like? What does that arena hold? Like 20,000, 30,000?
This is something that
I thought it was like 25 to 30.
Maybe I think it caps out around 26. 26.
For this arena. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give my take on it, and my thing is I don't think that it's fair to do these type of things to fighters in this situation. And I really think that it's unfair to Devin Haney with this situation of Ryan. Like, I don't know what Ryan Garcia is trying to do. I don't know if he's trying to get this fight moved to Vegas. I don't know if he's trying to make this fight not happen. I don't know,
but what makes you? But go ahead, finish. I'm sorry.
I don't know what this guy is trying to do in regards to this fight and things like that, and that could affect ticket sales because you got people coming from. You can have people in LA. You can have people from here in Houston, San Antonio, Dallas, boxing fans from all over. And seeing the way this guy's acting and not believing that the fight is even going to take place. And they're like, well, why would I buy a ticket? And then the higher, the more the time goes by, the higher the plane tickets get to actually go out to New York and view this fight. So it's like, man, like this could actually be affecting the ticket sales. And that's why I deem it unfair to question the ticket sales in regards to the Haney Garcia fight, because Ryan Garcia's antics could be, stopping the sale and things like that. It's not just people in New York who are going to be buying these tickets. It's people from all over. So think of how Ryan Garcia's antics are stopping people from even, spending their time and money because they don't believe that the fight between Ryan Garcia and Haney is going to take place. And a lot of people might not want to go see, Haney fight the backup guy in that being Barboza.
Right.
Okay,
salute random man. Salute random man. Random name 99. Salute.
Okay, so hear me out. I'm not saying that Ryan Garcia doesn't have antics that will raise antennas to the fans that are trying to buy the tickets, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what specifically is he doing that will make fans believe the fight is not happening? Because I'm seeing this everywhere on Twitter that fans is like, oh, the fight is done, it's over, it's not gonna happen.
I mean, he's speaking. Oh, go ahead. I thought you were
from my perspective, he's in the gym training. I see him getting ready for the fight. Like, we're a couple weeks out now. No, like maybe a month out, and he's training. Like he's training every day. We see it. He has antics. He's selling the fight, of course. People probably don't actually believe he's going to win the fight because of the drinking and all that he's been saying. But he did this. He came out and said that he was doing this for the Tank fight.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm not really understanding why people think the fight is not going to happen, because the fight is going to happen, I believe, from what we've seen, until it actually is being from real news, real source that it's not going to happen. Then I believe it, but I believe the fight is happening. I don't understand it. I really don't.
Okay, I like that. I like that breakdown. Go ahead and
I think it's pretty funny. We got David Benavidez having a face off with a lot of people Canelo Alvarez. This is a Canelo Alvarez lookalike, and obviously this guy is trolling. So shout out Dan the Boxing Man for this funny tweet.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
It looks just like him.
Hold on. Wait. Who found Walmart Canelo? Who found Dollar General?
What's Canelo?
He looks like Canelo. Cinnamon.
That's the real cinnamon right there, boy.
Who found cumin? Somebody over there found cumin. He looks like Canelo though. Seriously, that's funny, man. That is the closest we will ever see a David Benavidez.
Seriously.
In a Canelo face-off. That is the closest.
Seriously.
So we had one of the subscribers asked about what did we think about Scofield. Now Scofield, and we're gonna close out with this. Scofield fight was something you can't really break down. The fighter was extremely dirty, guys. I mean, this guy had lacerations in his face as if someone had took a blade to him. And it was to the point where he actually needed stitches. But what I did see from Scofield's very explosive. He's a very hard-hitting fighter. The only thing I don't like about Scofield is that his hooks are too wide for me, in my opinion, for the elites. When you start to get to a point to where you're fighting the elite fighters, you're going to need some sharper punches. You're going to need those hooks are going to need to be a lot shorter, because they're going to need to be snappier. If you got too much flack on any of your punches, a lot of the elite fighters can counter you, and they will look for those openings. They will look for those body blows. They will look for the shots that the people that are lesser than you could not capitalize on. What do you guys think?
For me, it wasn't really much I could take from that fight that I didn't already know about Scofield. Mm-hmm. What I say about him is I don't like those jumping punches that he do. Those leaping punches that he does. I like it. It's a beautiful punch. It's flashy. It's different. But against real elite competition, not even elite, just someone with skills and good timing.
Look, I want my vision back.
It could get ugly, but also I was really like, I felt bad for Scofield because of the fight before his last fight that he's when he got that bad cut under his eye. Now he has really another cut under the other side.
And the thing about scar tissue, it'll reopen.
That's what I'm saying. Because when I learned about he had
inside the square circle,
I'm thinking that he's gotten cut from the same one. Like, oh man, it ain't healed fully. That's just something he's gonna have to deal with. And let's show
the people what you're talking about really quickly. Look at this, guys. For all the people who missed this weekend's fight, this is his lacerations. This is how bad it actually got with Scofield. I just want you guys to see and get a visual of just how bad his lacerations were. This guy was a complete dirty fighter.
I don't get to see behind
scenes. Facts, Sean. It wasn't his fault at all.
Look at this, guys. It looks like someone took a blade.
Bro, that is a terrible cut.
That is not good. Guys, that is not good for boxing, because that can reopen and an elite fighter will capitalize on that cut.
Could jeopardize his career.
That they will capitalize on that cut because the thing about scar tissue is that it reopens much more easier.
Right.
You know, it's this misconception that scar tissue is stronger. That's not true. You know what I mean? It's not true. So I just want lunging in will get kids stopped by top guys. Yeah,
I was
definitely will.
To say that right there. It was a lot of dirty tactics and low blows and headbutts and all types of things.
Yeah, he do a lot of that.
They were both southpaws, if I remember correctly, right? They're both southpaws. Yes. And maybe that's why Scofield was trying to switch it a little bit last night. He was changing in a matter of seconds. Like every 5 to 6 seconds, you will see him go from orthodox back to southpaw, back to orthodox, back to southpaw. And maybe he was trying to maybe that cut right there, and I would giving our takes on it right now, kind of answers my questions that I had last night, why he was doing that. And when you look at the cut, the abrasion above the eye, that could be the exact reason that he was doing that, to try to avoid a lot of that roughhousing and things like that was going on. Now, typically, like A-Side said, when you do get a cut like that when you take damage like that, it sucks moving forward because even though he can take like 6 to 8 months, without fighting and things like that, he's still sparring, he's still working out and things like that, So when he does get into a fight, no matter what, that cut is going to open up. And if he's fighting an elite fighter, depending on how that fighter punches and approaches that eye, it could almost be career, not career ending, but it could damage his career, moving forward. So it kind of sucks that he had to engage and deal with those, type of tactics that he was dealt last night. And the fighter at the end of the fight was acting all shocked and things like that. That's what took me out. He's like, whoa, what did I do, bro? You got warned. You got points taken, what, 1, 2 times? How many times did you get points taken last night? So what are you shocked about? With the low blows and I might have think that he threw a flying knee last night, to be honest. I would go that far. The fight was
I'm not gonna lie, that guy needs a career in acting, because you would have thought somebody did him wrong at the end of the fight. I almost was convinced. I'm like, yeah, they kind of did you wrong, man. All you did was, punch him in the gonads. That's all you did. You didn't do nothing wrong. I mean, like, come on, man. UFC do it all the time. We good, baby. Get back in the ring. You know what I mean?
Scofield with the lunging last night was kind of crazy. It makes me worry.
Absolutely crazy.
Can I read this tweet to y'all real quick from Shakur?
Yeah, go ahead, shoot.
From Shakur Stevenson. I ain't trying to go back and forth over social media, little bro. Stay blessed, my Muslim brother. I'm willing to step in for the fighter with clear mental health issues, but if your father is never willing to make a fight with me, then it's nothing else to talk about. From Shakur Twitterson.
At Mike Doe, it's on the screen. If you cash out me, I'll go ahead and I'll read it as if it was a super chat, as if it was a super chat.
Now it's Shakur.
Just leave a message inside of the cash app, and I'll read it to you. And
when does the super chat open up so they know we really
the super chat open up after a certain point, a certain amount. So you get over 1,000 subscribers with over 4,000 watch hours. Okay. That's when you have the ability to get super chats. I want to say I believe that. I could be wrong, but I want to say.
So there you have it, guys. That's exactly what you need. For those who are asking how and why you can't super chat right now, we need you guys to keep supporting us, keep watching us. We got a lot of good content coming in.
And wrenches are coming out soon. Wrenches are coming out actually this week, because we're going to be going live this week. So wrenches will be out this week. Everyone that's in here, make sure that you do show up. Your wrenches will be out. So just like we had 2 clowns come earlier, I'm quite certain that they're watching now. We're going to be able to have our family members to be able to keep a watch out for those. But we're not going to hold you too long. It's a Sunday. We want to make sure that we got the boxing news out to you first. We're going to be covering boxing topics just like this. We're going to be reviewing boxing and all things that encumbers it. We're going to make sure that not only our opinion matters, but the chat opinion matters, right? And that we want to see what you guys say. You guys bring great conversation with boxing all the time. We want to make sure that we answer all the questions that you guys may have, or bring you news that you guys may have missed. This is going to wrap it up for tonight. This is just a quick introduction, but this will not be the last. We appreciate all of you guys. For the people that are inside of the chat right now, we have over 36 people inside the chat. Please make sure you like the button. please make sure you like the button and make sure that you're subscribed. Even if you think that you're subscribed, make sure that you are subscribed. Go ahead and click the subscribe button and click the bell icon to get all the new notifications. We appreciate all of you guys that are in here. Now I'm going to wrap it up by saying this. I can't wait for the Gervonta Tank Davis and the Frank Martin just as much as the next person. But with me, man, I think it's so many more fights that could be going on right now in boxing, man. I just feel like and I know you guys feel the same way. Boxing is at a downtime right now, and I really believe we have enough fighters in boxing in order to be getting more consistent fights in this. So we're gonna need to be pressing these help me out. I just drew a blank here. These promotional companies, because these promotional companies need to get these fighters and these fights out, because there's no way we should have gaps that are this big in boxing.
Right.
Absolutely. This isn't the way we took off in 2023 and the way we started off 2024 is
appreciate you, Ray Davis.
Wide drop off, and it's really just not that good for the sport. But I don't really got much to leave y'all with other than make sure y'all follow each and every one of us on social medias. Make sure if you follow me, send me what you would like us to review on the live. We'll review it and check it out and see if it's some heat. We'll definitely review it. So make sure y'all
So we're also going to have a I want to work on exactly how we're going to do the logistics, but we're also going to have like a family private email where our subscribers will be able to go ahead and email us,
right,
and or they will be able to send clips,
right,
or things that they will want us to review either that night or that week.
Yeah.
And also, if we have videos that we're going to review, we're going to make sure that we're going to try our best to make sure that we tell the names of who actually sent the video, so you guys will be able to get I'm sorry, I'm drawing blankets out the 11. The proper how can I say? Help me out.
Wait, I didn't catch what you said in the beginning.
We're going to make sure that they are known that they actually gave us the clip or the video, right? So I'm drawing a blank right now.
Also,
people.
Also look forward to our Discord channel that I will be putting together really, really soon. Make sure y'all stay tuned and remind me to remind y'all. All right.
Next level coach, that's Shine. That's my brother Shine. Also solo gifted on a lot of different socials. He's saluting you.
All socials.
While also
except for Apple Music and Spotify, I'm Shine. That's it. Just Shine.
Just Shine. Well, on the channel, he's Shine. So you're going to see him a lot. You see him on Blue Blood Sports TV panel all the time. You just say he always have his icon over. Right. So we appreciate you guys. Love all of you guys in the chat, man. I got my family members showed up. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just like being home. You know what I'm saying? It's just like being with Blue Channel, but it's here. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna grow the channel. We're gonna let the YouTube world know that we do have the best family and the best subscriber base on the planet, and we're going to make sure that we blow this channel up, and we're going to put you guys first here on this channel. I got a lot of good stuff that's coming up. And so with that being said, everybody enjoy your night, and let's start your week off right. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Thank you. We're out. Peace.
Peace.